soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, I'm Birdman.
I'm Bruce.
Time to get on target at
The Hub.
right off the bat. We got to address social distancing because, yeah, we're not. And this is during COVID-19, but the reason is we're around each other all the time anyways because we all work together. So we've basically, it's like our family. I've got a little larger family than normal because I'm in media. So I'm really trying to isolate myself from other people. So
And when we actually stopped the larger classes, the CCW classes, now we have one-person classes, which we specialize in anyway, and we're about 8 feet apart on our tables.
Yeah, good.
And then I usually wear a mask inside the classroom, and so does the customer. Normally.
So there's that. Bruce, there's a question. 17 HMR, is that, did I say that
yes.
right? Okay, the revolver?
They make the, you're talking about the revolver we did was probably that Taurus with the double cylinder.
Yeah, we got asked
Double action, yeah.
if somebody makes that with a semi-automatic.
Yeah, not in a pistol. I think Kel-Tec that makes a PMR 30, which is the 22. Somebody was talking about them making a 17. I can't see why they couldn't because basically the 17 is the same length case as a 22 mag.
Right.
And we'd be the same magazine because of the way the lips are. It's kind of like a 3-7 SIG in a 40 caliber magazine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm sure they, and I'll look into that, but off the top of my head, I'm seeing it someplace. I just don't know who did it.
Very cool.
So we'll look into it.
So,
Know by next week.
what do we got today?
Today I think we do a used gun, point of the gun. We might as well do some shooting. We didn't last week, so we got to get back to normal just a little bit. And this was an interesting gun. This belonged to one of the guys that was employee here.
Oh, okay.
This is a Desert Eagle. Of course, these are still made in Israel. Desert Eagle 1911. This is a 1911C, if we can see it right here. Mm-hmm. And that just means a compact Commander version.
Yeah.
And for people that are 1911 people, the Commander is a 4 1/4 inch version of the barrel compared to the 5-inch version for the government. And then they make that officer 3 to 3.5.
So I have a 1911 Commander version of a SIG one.
Correct.
And we ran into a similar issue. Why don't we show the shoot?
Let's do the shoot first. Interesting.
And part two.
And part two.
Okay,
It almost made it through part two.
almost.
Okay.
Is it all the commanders that are that finicky with
No,
ammo?
well, I think, in all honesty, my experience level is on the small officers, they seem to be more finicky because the design is designed for a 4 1/4 to 5-inch design.
Right.
And if we were going to argue that the 5-inch would be the most reliable. Our problem was shooting this. Besides that, the gun was smooth and nice, and trigger was nice. It does not like that lead-free ammo.
Yeah.
And it seems like the tight tolerances guns. And I didn't bring a piece of that ammo over to look at how round it is.
Yeah.
And how short it is.
I think it was the shortness, not so much the roundness.
Yeah, and it doesn't have much give.
Because I remember with my SIG, it had the very cut off end of the defense ammo. Sorry, Bleh. And it wasn't rounded, and it would get caught on the ramp coming up too.
Yeah, now you could probably do some work on it, but I wouldn't because, and the reason we'll get into the score on this gun. But I know personally, because I've had these guns before. I don't own one now, but I've shot these, not this one, but I have shot these before. They've never been anything but 100% reliable.
And this is a perfect example of why you try your ammo in your gun in a controlled environment first, before you decide to just throw ammo in it and start carrying. Because if that would have happened out in a defensive situation.
Yeah, that's where you always test your gun, especially guns like 1911s need to be tested. But overall, with ball ammo, they're 100% reliable. They're kind of like a Glock in 1911. But this, just the design of it, and we've had it with your more expensive SIG.
Yep.
And then we had a real expensive, I'm not sure if it was STI. What else did we have?
It was like
$3,000 or something, and it didn't run it at all.
Yep.
We only put 6 rounds in it, but I think it ran, 3 the first time?
1, 2, 3.
And then 2. And then none. So we had 1 left over. But we'll take that into consideration when we do the score on this gun. When this gun was new, it's only like $800, $799, I think.
Right.
This one's used and it's selling for $599. Very nice gun. Anyway, let's get into some of the what we think of it.
Okay, your score.
Category representation. It gets an A just because it's one of the nicer 1911s. Tightness. Have you felt the slide on that? It's very
no, I didn't
smooth.
actually.
So try that.
yeah, let's
We've
do
already
that.
cleared it again. And
Clear it again.
See how,
Oh, yeah.
see how smooth that is? Now, he actually put the magwell on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because he was going to shoot it in competition.
Get that magwell there.
Yeah, which is kind of nice if you want to load fast.
Yep.
Okay, so very smooth, very tight, and try the trigger. It's reasonable. Everything
Very
is.
nice.
I mean, it doesn't represent itself as a $599 used gun.
No.
It's every bit a $1,000 gun new, but these only sell for $799. They have a good value. This particular gun. Manufacturer's history is an A, Desert Eagle, and all the stuff that's made in Israel seems to be very good. Intuitive safe handling. I mean, it's a 1911. It's got an external safety.
Yep.
And you carry it cocked and locked, and it also has a grip safety on the back. Extremely safe.
Sure.
Carry options. It's a B because it is a little bit heavier. It needs to have a good holster. You notice
Right.
the weight on it. Whenever you have an all-metal gun, and there's some reasons we love these guns. They hold their value. Function. Okay, now here's where it gets a C. Now you might say, why didn't it get an E? Well, because it did shoot some rounds.
Right.
But I wanted to put C only because I know it would have been an A
Right.
if it would have been regular ammo. I just have a gut feeling, and we're going to know that real soon after we talk about our next thing.
Right.
So we'll be able to retest it. Maybe we'll retest it next week and just give it a different score, if it does get a score.
We'll
but see,
see.
we always say what it does, and we always,
What's going to be different next week, Bruce?
I don't know, different ammo maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe different ammo.
Stay tuned.
Nobody's made that announcement yet.
No.
But, there's a rumor.
There's a rumor.
There's some people up in the sky today
Yeah.
trying to make that work. So figure out what that
Yeah, we've been talking about masks and filtering the
Yes.
air a lot.
today.
Today.
And normally.
Yeah.
So function, it gets a C. Feel, I give it an A only because I just like the feel of the Commanders. I think since they're a little shorter on the slide,
Right.
I think when they're loaded, I think they're better balanced.
Oh, okay.
There's not any
Yeah.
front heavy. But then people will say, whoa, but that little bit of front heavy makes you faster when you're in competition. Yes, but we're talking carry guns.
Right.
And that's what this is, a beautiful carry gun. Feel, an A. Of course, cost, at $599, this is an A. And one thing neat about these guns, when we start to do more used guns on all steel guns,
Right.
they don't go down. If I go back in history, and I have to go back a long ways in history, well, some of these steel revolvers that cost $115 now cost $800. Some of those guns, those Pythons, were $300
Yeah,
brand new in
yeah,
a box, and
yeah.
now they're $2,000.
Right.
So some guns will actually appreciate, not all. And then you look at the plastic guns we have and we love because they function and they're light and we carry them and we can throw them in the dirt and all that stuff. They don't seem to go anywhere.
Not going to be able to sell vintage Tupperware, are you? No.
We might not, but it's
Depression
always going to
wear
be. It's
sells.
always going to be a good gun. It's always going to be a good gun.
Yeah.
So shootability, I can differentiate shootability from function. I think it shot well. It pointed good.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it an A for shootability. I'm going to give it an overall evaluation of B plus only because I think it would have been an A.
Right.
But I don't want to say it's a C because of the function it had with that ammo.
Nostalgia is giving it a better grade.
So now
That's what he's saying.
And I think I'm becoming nicer as I mature. Now that I'm an adult.
Adult.
I'm an adult now, so I have to be careful. But we love these guns. We like 1911s. We love the triggers on single action guns. They are more difficult to take apart, and we usually put them on a difficulty, our old way of rating them. We go 1 to 10, of course. 1 to 5 is revolvers, 5 to 10. Some of these 1911s get up to the 10 as far as difficulty. You have to use a paper clip to hold them, take them apart. You know what I'm talking.
Yep.
But we love the gun. We love it as much as it worked. It ran pretty nice for those first 3 rounds.
Yeah, but nobody's running around defending themselves with lead-free ammo, are they?
No. No, they're going to be using regular ammo.
Hey, my phone rang.
Well, mine didn't, because I put mine on airline, even though the airlines aren't running. That's pretty cool.
Shocking.
Still works.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's about it for today. We'll try to come up with some more news and stuff for next week.
Make sure you're watching the hub, az.com, and you're watching the Facebook page. Probably Facebook and Instagram are going to be a little more important here in the next week. So stay tuned. I'm Birdman.
And I'm Bruce, and you be safe. The only people in the range.
Yeah.
The range is shut down right now, and we're probably 10, 12 feet apart from each other.
Speaking of the range, got some news coming. That was way too long for the exit. Okay, let's do another one of this. Hey, Bruce, tell him.
Thank you very much for subscribing. We're going to hang in, and we're going through times like everybody else is, and we'll keep doing our job, and we'll keep trying to answer questions.
Stay at home, stay healthy, and stay connected.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, I'm Bird.